You wouldn't be able to tell it, but it's been raining for days here in Galveston, Texas. And so today is our first sunny day and we're playing catch up on all of our lawns and all of the lawn care work we have to do. It's trash day, and so I'm trying to bag up the last of these oleanders that I cut down the other day to get them out for the trash. One thing less that I have to haul. And then I have a handful or more of lawns to catch up on. So follow along as we play catch up with some wet grass, but a sunny day here in Galveston, Texas. And then all the little stuff I'm putting in a garbage bag. And then there's a couple of medium-sized branches I'm gonna tie up with some of the neighbors' branches and lay out there with it. All right, taking the gloves off so we can cut our string. They don't have a lot of dexterity. I need to get a new set. Of gloves that, I need to get a new set of gloves that let me use my fingers better. The only reason I'm wearing them here is because these are supposed to be poisonous, and I know I'm about to touch them a whole lot, but you know, try to minimize that as little as possible. I need way more string than that. Trying to get stingy on the kite string. I don't know why. Now I'm just wasting time. Get a nice big long piece. You end up wasting more trying to save an inch. Now the reason we're doing this is the garbage man won't really take sticks unless they're bundled. They have to be less than like 40 pounds and smaller than 4 feet. And they have to be tied together, zip tied. Otherwise they have to be in a bag. And so to save a lot of time, you can trim them up and fit them into these tight bundles like this. That makes it easy for them to pick up and throw in the bag. They don't always take them every single time. They usually have a day of the week that they take that kind of trash, and I don't think that it's today, but I made them extra small and extra easy for them, hoping that they'll get rid of them, because if they don't, I don't want these sitting in front of this homeowner's house, you know, for till Monday. It's Thursday now, killing the grass, looking bad for the neighbors. And so what I'll have to do is load them in my truck and haul them off somewhere, most likely, or just hold them at my house until my trash day comes. So we'll see what happens, but I'll be in the neighborhood all day, so I'll come by and check on them before I go home at the end of the day. So that is what I wanted to do here, our first stop of the day, to just get that trash setting out, ready for the garbage man. This is a really big job that'll probably have its own video. It's a $500 landscaping job that I'm trimming a whole bunch of these oleanders and even an evergreen tree and hauling it all off. And then I am going to take over their lawn care. They just obtained the house. So there's a lot to do to get it back in order, but I'll show you here. You can see that's one that I trimmed up. It was full of dead stuff. It was huge and overgrown, knocking over the neighbor's fence. This part was just full of rotted wood. And so I had to trim it all the way down just to give them a nice hard reset on it. And it's good to do that to these from time to time anyway. But they were growing through the fence and they're starting to make it rot and knock over, like right in here. You can see, and this one had a ton of rotted wood, like logs, and people had stuff trash inside of it. You can see here's one that hasn't been done. So there's a lot of work to be done here, but not today. I want to recut out this sidewalk. That'll be hopefully this weekend we can knock that out. The rain's been crazy, so I'm a little behind schedule. So I got to go knock out my reoccurring lawns that I do every single week or every other week. I think I have 7 today that we have to knock out. And then every now and then someone calls in randomly, wants a last minute one, and I always try to take those. And if there's any daylight left, come back over here and see if we can get another one of those oleanders done, just to have one less thing for us to do on our Saturday. Now I keep my lawn equipment at my dad's house.
He lives in the area that most of my yards are in, and I let him use it on his yard, and he mows his neighbor's yard, which is my grandma. And so he uses the equipment, I buy all the gas and oil, and in exchange, he gets to do his yard with the equipment and not have to buy any of his own, so it's a sweet little deal.
Here's how we set everything up back here. I just have this camper, which I can lock if I have to run into Home Depot or something. We're slowly restoring this truck. I just rebuilt the whole front end. Probably do a little mini series on bringing it back to life and getting it painted and company logoed as this stuff develops. I have a box here of just miscellaneous: oil, gloves, rope, parts for the weed eater, Roundup, bags, so I don't forget anything. I do keep some tools in the glove box that can do most things. We have a we call this the big gas can because it's large and it's got gas in it. And then we use all echo for the weed eater, edger, and blower. These up here because it floods here. And if we ever get a hurricane, we also have a couple of mowers. We have a Toro mower. I actually exchanged a couple days worth of work and got this one, you know, not for free, but I didn't have to pay any money for it. Get the blower. And then we have the Honda mower, which is what I'll use today. It's got a double blade on it. Cuts a little nicer, a little faster. It's just heavier and bulkier. So I try not to use it too much, but when it's wet and some of this grass is overgrown, we will use the Honda mower to speed things up. So for the other gas can, we have the oil mixture. It's a 50-to-1 weed eater only. This is the little gas can. So we have the big gas can and the little gas can. This one we keep for the weed eater, edger, and blower. And this edger is old. I bought this probably 13 years ago. I just replaced the carburetor and the blade on it. It runs kind of rough, but it works. And when we do that, we'll probably want to put on some new equipment, move the truck into the company's name. So we just want to make this stuff last as long as we can. See, the truck's in pretty rough shape, but it works. Good rule of thumb is just to go ahead and top everything off with gas before you get started, so you're not caught in the middle of a lawn without it. Now the first lawn's right across the street, so I'm actually not gonna load everything up right now. I'm just gonna push it over there, kind of work out of the back of the truck from across the canal or the little ditch. So we'll head over there and just knock this one out first, so I have to lift this lawnmower up into the back of this truck by myself. So that's one less lift, 2 less lifts I'll have to do if I just push it over there instead of driving. Look for a dry spot across. That I put the branches at. It looks like they're gonna take them. They're not supposed to take them today because technically Monday is the big trash day, but they are. So this is a big deal. That saves a lot of time for me later. Thanks for the trash man. We love the trash man. This is why you bundle it up nice for them, make their life easier. I just finished the first yard. We have 7 today. I counted. So 6 more. We're at the next one. And I just got a text. The lady wants an estimate on trimming some trees and clearing out some flower beds. So I've got to go look at that at the end of the day. It's really hot today and trying to drink lots of water. I've almost downed my first one's got electrolytes in it. I should have brought more salt. But let's, we'll get going on this one. All right, just finished up yard number 2. I had a client call me and talk to me on the phone for 30 minutes. This lawn normally takes me 16 minutes to do is what it took me last time. I timed it and I was on the phone for almost half an hour. So we're a bit behind schedule today, to say the least, but nevertheless, on to the next yard. And a bit of a tradition for me, between every yard, I use some trail mix, try to get the calories in, stay healthy. Obviously, I'm a little skinny, so I don't want to burn all these calories. And then I got my electrolytes to go down. So we're staying hydrated, we're staying fed, nice and nutritious, lots of lawns to do today, and lots more to do tomorrow. So, good to go.
Pretty cool little neighborhood here that I get to work in. The yards aren't really big. The water keeps the air cool, and nice, fun people that live here. They're all great. It's a great community over here.
All right, we just finished yard number 3. I say we, it's just me. It was a really big one, and it was really, really thick because she's every other week instead of every week, and it's been raining a lot, so it took me a long time. I'm super worn out. Filming every single yard is making it take longer, but that's fine. I just didn't film as much of that one. I'll try to make up for it on some of the other ones. And then I'm headed home. Well, I'm headed over. My parents live in this neighborhood. Headed to their house. I'm gonna grab some water refill and then get back at it. But that last yard, didn't film too much of it because the lady was watching and her husband were out there, so I felt a little weird setting up tripods and stuff. I don't even know if they saw her or not, but I just kind of put everything away. And yeah, so we'll try to make up for it on the next one. All right, I guess I just cooled off, ate some lunch, refilled water. I'm feeling a lot better. It's hot out here. So I got 3 more yards in this neighborhood to do, and then I have one that's 10 minutes up the road to go knock out. It's a bigger one, but the guy doesn't get home for a little bit, and so not quite time to do that one, but we'll knock out these 3, and then from there I'll probably do the quote for the one lady. Unless the guy's home by then I'll probably just head straight to his house. So let's just go ahead and knock these out. I don't really like weed eating around these wires too much, and so I usually just give them a little spray when they get tall. I don't usually like to let them get this long, but just kind of soak them down a little bit so that way it'll die and we can pull them out by hand and not have to worry about it. All right, just pulled up to the last lawn. The lady's outside, so I probably won't film too much of this one. Or I guess not the last lawn, but the next one. But we'll get a little bit of film before we go on to the last one in the neighborhood. We are officially at the last lawn of the day. It's taken me significantly longer, and we're gonna finish up here in just a second. I still have to go give a quote, and then I have a landscaping job that I was hoping to get a little bit of work done at. The people don't live there yet, so I can kind of do it as I can. And I would like to go get a few things done, but I have to do this and go give a quote, and then we'll see if there's any time left. I took a lot of breaks today. It was hot. I've been sick as well. So moving really slow, kind of annoyed at how slow I was moving, but we made it to the end. So that's good. We'll knock this one out. All right, I couldn't film that one. It looks way lighter outside than it is because of the camera, but I finished that one in basically the dark. So I had to rush through it, couldn't film it. Didn't get to go do the estimate, rescheduled it for tomorrow morning. Didn't get to go work on my landscaping job that I have. It's nighttime. I still have some bookwork stuff to do when I get home. And my wife needs me to go to the store to pick up electrolytes. And so, pretty good day all in all. Got a lot done. Moved a little slow, which is frustrating, but we'll do better tomorrow. We have even more yards tomorrow. So it's every day. We're out here just trying to do the best we can and to do a good job for the good people of Galveston. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment any suggestions or tips. I'm open to hearing anything. We're trying to get this company off the ground and grow. None of us want to work for anyone. My brother and friend are moving out at the end of summer to help. And then we'll keep doing this hopefully through the rest of our lives. So thanks.